What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to the channel. My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy. I'm a flow state consultant. I'm a flow state specialist. I help you feel your best and perform your best. Right now we're ending Align Alien April and moving into main character May. This is really key to understand because I've been going through this ascension flu type thing, right? You guys can sense it. My nose is very blocked today. Amidst that, I'm still going to meditation study class that my dad hosts. I have 2 clients. I have a lot of work to do, okay? A lot of coaching reports to do, a lot of other stuff to do. But I'm here making a video, man. Why is that? Because I'm truly invested in seeing you guys thrive. That is the utmost pull for me, to see people winning. It's important to understand where this information is coming from. I'm actually an actor. I have been an actor in my past. Acted in a lot of school plays. Okay, I've acted on camera and off camera, so you could kind of make that difference. I got into an acting and camera course in New York Film Academy for a very brief time. It was maybe like a week's program or 2 weeks program or something like that. I've done a lot of monologues in my life. I've done a lot of characterizations in my life, a lot of, voices and things like that. That's why I love imitating voices. I've begun to also understand how much fun it is to be an actor because you can completely allow yourself to let go of your ego, right? And take on the ego of somebody else's, like take on somebody else's identity, which is really what a shaman does when they are channeling, or medicine men, or starting to understand that there is this aspect of the actor that they're possessed by a god, right? Or possessed by some other spirit. Either they're going to the underworld or the oversoul, right? They're connecting with something else, right? They're connecting with spirits. And when I understood this in the world of an actor, I got really inspired, okay? I was also an extra in Nouveau too. Okay, I don't know if you guys watch Bollywood at all, but you can see myself and my ex-girlfriend there in the background, kind of dancing and doing some goofy shit, right? I mean, goofiness and feeling silly, feeling stupid is a big part of acting, right? That's kind of like what you gotta go through as an actor, because you're like, why am I doing this line for the 90th time right now? Like, didn't you get the take? Like, I don't get it, right? But that knack for getting the right scene, getting the right lighting, getting the right costume, that attention to detail, that attention to design, and the fact that it's a holistic performance and it depends on every other element and every other person on that stage alongside you. So a theater production, if you've ever been in a theater production, right, you need the help of the backstage hands, you need the help of... So understanding that and using that as an analogy in my life, this next month, I am going to have to use my collaborations, my connections, in order for me to step into the character that I most need to play. So you have to cast people in the role of your movie, basically, okay? Who are they in relation to you? If you need to block some people right now, go and do that right now. End those conversations. Don't keep it pending. Okay, move into your next evolution. This is what this is about. Today, if you're listening today, is the 30th of April, right? Today's purge day. Write down what does not belong anymore and burn it. Get rid of all your gunk. Go through a detox of some sort. Overindulge. Just completely get into your self-indulgence. Just allow yourself to go through whatever you need to go through in order to cleanse, and purify, okay? You want to have an overabundance of it, popping you out on the other side with that life force elixir. The main important aspect of an actor is understanding purpose and significance. What is my significance in terms of this life? What is my understanding in regards to this life and my life? What is my purpose in regards to my life? I mean, hey, even actors wonder, why am I doing this, right? What is the point of me pretending to be other people, putting on makeup, putting on, fair costumes, say somebody else's lines? Like, what is the point? It's so odd that we still watch these movies with fascination. Actually, this idea that acting is shameful, that it's silly, that it's devilish or whatever, right? You're getting possessed, has come from a lot of the the understandings of the church and the Christian missionaries, and the people that were in power then, who basically took power over the theater practice, right? They kind of made theater goers outcasts, or theater actors and actresses outcasts and outlaws. And I think, well, that's my Jungian archetype, okay? So, is the outlaw. Maybe subconsciously I got into acting knowing that it was the path of the hermit, right? Knowing that it was the path of somebody who had to go on the spiritual journey inwards. I'm just speaking pure, spontaneously, sincerely, okay? I have no idea if this is the truth or not. If you can change your state of mind, change the state of your body, which is what I'm starting to do again. I'm starting to get back into my discipline, like real rudimentary, strict discipline, like a code of a samurai or a ninja or a warrior, right? They all have codes. All these, very powerful men, they all have their codes, okay? If you take the hero or the cowboy to the mafia, to all of the imagery and all the archetypes that you've seen growing up, they all have a very specific list of principles, doctrines, laws, sutras, right? Primal Sutra, shout out primalsutra.com, to get into their most greatest selves. After a while, this stuff doesn't just become entertainment, it becomes divination. It becomes you searching for these deep, perennial truths about life. And maybe you're an actor watching this and you can resonate with it. Maybe you like acting and you've gone through that process, right? I was never like that dorky theater kid that went out to the drama class parties and stuff like that. Like those guys were weird, man. Those guys were odd as fuck. Sometimes you used to think like, bro, are you even heterosexual? Like, bro, are you even okay in the head? Like, what are you doing jumping on one foot, jumping up and down? Like a clown. But what that person is really doing is they're shedding their ego in that moment, right? So yes, you can have a judgment towards it because you recognize that for you, that would take away from your character, correct? Your identity. If you were jumping up and down on one leg, what would it say about you? Now, this thing needs to be shed. Our egos need to be shed in order for us to transform it. Okay, so you need ego death or flow state in order for you to actually metamorphose the character that you truly prefer to be. This is very, very powerful that you do this, okay? Let's say you're going through something rough right now, you can't change, you can't transform, maybe you went through a breakup, maybe you left your job, you're unemployed, maybe you're going through a rough patch. Write down all of your insecurities, all of your drawbacks that got you to that position. Why did you lose your job? Are you unproductive? Are you lazy? Do you procrastinate? Do you have a spewing hatred inside of your system? What is it? Write it down. Write it all. What is this? What are the things that made you lose that girl? The one that got away. Write it down. Write down those traits. And then double down on working on those traits. This is how I'm designing main character May. Okay? I'm gonna look at all of my drawbacks, idiosyncrasies, where I'm falling short, and autocorrect those. Why is it an autocorrect? It's because I'm going back to my virtue, back to my principles. So right now I'm counting my calories somewhat, okay, overarchingly, okay, MyFitnessPal. I'm drinking lots of water. I'm doing some kind of movement 6 days a week, okay, mostly every day, okay, but sometimes you need that extra day. It's just a cheat day or something, where you can do something and you look forward to that, right? This is also in conjunction with the Beast Camp that I'm doing, Animus Rising, okay, imcbase1.com. I'm now on that process to fully show up and be present, okay, and join some of these other, IMC calls and stuff like that. I know the areas where I fall short. I understand those areas, but you know what? There's no point hiding behind them and just, keeping them there. There's got to come a time where you actively work on, a solution for these things. Well, I have a pretty fit body. It still can be more excellent, I feel, okay? It can be way more excellent. It can be way more attractive in terms of what I deserve, in terms of what I know I'm capable of. So there's that. The discipline of the day, reading books, meditating, these fundamental things, okay? Cold showers, stretching the body in some way, if you're not doing some kind of yoga, you're really missing out, because yoga is what is going to make the body contort, right, and change shape. You need to realize that after you finish your workout, you need to be like, whew, oh man, I can't believe I just went through that echo chamber of transformation. Like, what in the world was that? And it crushed you, right? It killed you. This is the journey of daily rebirth, okay? This is what I understand that I went through in Bali. I was pushing myself so much that, of course, I would transform in those phases, right? I would come out as a different man. I would come out with a different experience to share. So this is kind of like a performance art piece next month, right? Because really it's going to help me to step up and step into my main character. And you're gonna see it change live, like we did in Multidimensional March as well, right? How I was just shooting videos, you know, without any editing, whatever, right? I think with this theme, it's important that we do certain challenges, okay? And these challenges come from our family of deities, right? And what they prefer for us to do. But let's say we can get through all of these challenges that they give us. How strong, right, of a reference experience will we have when we've completed all these challenges, okay? For instance, Ryan had to do a challenge where he had to go into a public place, right, where people are watching, lie down on the floor for 30 seconds, and then get up as if nothing happened, okay? And yes, people are gonna wonder, what the fuck is that guy doing on the floor? Like, what? Oh, are you okay? Right? Some people might come around and ask you something, etc., etc. I remember one time I was in Bali, right, and I was just like resting, like peacefully with my eyes closed, like kind of meditating, sort of, while looking up. I suddenly hear a voice, like a woman's voice over me, and she goes, I just really want to say that you look very peaceful. Okay, this was in Yoga Barn, okay? I didn't even break my peacefulness after that, because I went through Balinese healing during that time, right? And so I was like, thank you, right? That just did not even get out of my trance. But that is what people want to see, right? Someone so in their bliss, someone so in their transcendence, someone so in their tranquility is so exciting to somebody else. Someone who is so excited about something, we feel that excitement. Someone who's really angry, but it's kind of funny. You know, when comedians are like complaining about something, but it's funny, you're like, bro, calm it down, okay? It's not that bad. You're exaggerating, right? But there's an aspect of that happening. Not saying that you should go and complain. That's my mentor, he said, complaint is a testament that you're weak, okay? Stop complaining. So understanding that I am my own project, I create myself every single day. I'm the one who wakes up and realizes that I've got to spend time with me. I'm my best company. So right now, I'm going to purge, I'm going to detox. I'm going to get rid of everything, say goodbye to it. For this month, I've spent enough time, you know, going down the rabbit hole, goofing off on certain things. But next month, I'm gonna be sharp, I'm gonna be strong, I'm gonna be effortless, I'm gonna be sexy, okay? People won't be able to take their eyes off of me because I'm gonna be on a process, okay? And I'm expecting to dominate my life. Finally get it under my clutches. I've still been a little bit hesitant. I've still been a little bit, you know, holding back. I feel it. I know you guys sense that, oh yeah, man, this guy's spontaneous, this guy's natural, but I'm playing at a higher level. Now that I play at a higher level, I'm bringing the tribe with me. Guess what? You guys are gonna step up too. As a byproduct of this, you've got to. Okay, you've got to. It's that simple, man. You gotta really enjoy moving your body. You gotta really enjoy reading and doing, you know, the things that you love doing. Like if you were to cast yourself in a movie, right, and you to be like, okay, I want to give him these attributes, I want to give him these skills. What is his catchphrase? What is his hairstyle? What is his style of dress, or her, right? What are they fascinated with, and what are they spending their time preoccupied about? Okay, a lot of the times you guys are preoccupied with negative thoughts of fears that will or might happen. Fears that might happen? Bro, how do you even know that's gonna happen? You have no idea, okay? Unless you're a super psychic spy, then fuck yeah, that's cool. But you have no idea how you're gonna win in this thing. You just know that you are. The thing is, when you are an actor, and you have 15,000 people watching you or whatever, right? You're in this performance. It feels exaggerated, it feels strange and out of character for you, but guess what? It's gotta feel in character to you. So this is gonna be a big practice for you in this next month. You make the uncomfortable new novel situations, maybe you're doing a new task or a new hobby, or you're learning a new skill. Love the unfamiliarity of it, love the unknown of it. There's nothing natural about this thing, but I'm gonna make it look natural. I'm gonna make it look easy. I'm gonna make myself feel that it is effortless. You have to heighten, okay, your naturalness. You don't just act feeling, you create the feeling. You don't go into a scene, as Jack Nicholson said, being like, oh yeah, I want this character to be sad. You go in knowing he wants this, the environment is that, he's approaching this problem, and it's even more important to that character. And that creates feeling, that creates a sadness that emerges. You know how actors get to spontaneity and surprise and feeling unpredictable? They get it through planning, they get it through preparation. That's weird, right? So prepare for the spontaneous, expect the unexpected. A state of possibility engendered by comprehensive preparation and prep work. Preparedness is this openness with concentration. It's being receptive and being open to accept anything. Sometimes actors try to relax themselves on stage, and it creates this feeling of like lethargy almost, right? It doesn't create that dynamism that you can actually act through and act with. So the real relaxation comes from this kind of balancing of the alertness and the concentration and prep work with that softness or that heightened naturalness. So just pointing out some of these things to you, but really start to understand. Let's say that you're prepping for, let's just take any line whatsoever, right? So let's take a random sentence. How does that work, as an example? How would you say that in a very seductive way? How does that work? How do you say that in an angry way? How does that work? How do you say that in a whimsical, like not caring, uncaring way? But yeah, how does that work? What about in a very serious way? How does that work? What about in a very confusing way? How does that work? Right? And you're noticing it's the same words, but the context is different, the vibration is different, the sound is different, the whole mannerisms are different, okay? But it's the same words, guys. So what are the attributes and the characteristics that you want to be known as? Try saying those things. You see all of these cool people in movies saying all these dope lines, but you're not acting and saying those dope lines in real life. Like what if you were actually in a movie and you can reply any way that you wanted to, without society's constructs or without any kind of random, barricade on your opinion and the whole world kind of making you into like a puppet or like a robot of some sort, right? Instead of that, what if you actually were the main character? What if you stepped up and you were like, this is my movie, motherfucker. Let's go. Scene 1, act 1. I'm ready. Whatever the universe gives me, I am an actor. I am backstage prepping my lines, going and doing the internal work, okay? Having that sense of preparation so that I can be open for the spontaneity that the world gives me. Because I know the moment I get into that cold shower and I handle that resistance, whatever bullshit the world gives me after that, I can handle that, okay? Why? Because I'm dominating my own life, bro. That is why. And that's what I want you to be inspired by. Understand this shamanic context, okay? There's this video with, what's that guy's name, man? Nicolas Cage, okay? I don't know if you guys have seen this video with Nicolas Cage, how he's describing how his acting style is nouveau shamanic, okay? And I truly believe that this is how one should live their life, is nouveau shamanic, in a sense where they understand themselves, they understand their aesthetic, they understand their purpose and role in this world, and they understand the role of their tribe and the role of everybody else. You are here to play a role, an important and pivotal role for humanity. What is that role? You need to write that down. You need to cast that out. You need to sketch out a plan of who you are going to be. Who is the person that you most prefer to be? Okay? And that's the thing. All of those versions of you are in your psyche. It's in your archetypes. It's in, it's embedded inside of you. You don't need to try. You need to unlayer and get to that truth and that core wisdom and explore your shadows. You've got this, man. If you've always wanted to play like a billionaire character, but you're not really a billionaire, hey, have fun with it next month, okay? Doesn't mean spend like a billionaire. Don't be brash and, be conscious. Okay? Don't be unconscious. However, give yourself the ability to explore maybe some of your greatest golden shadow characters, right? The parts of you where you're like, man, I would never imagine doing that. Whoa, that's totally not me. I don't get how I would even say that or do that. If you're like finding a little bit of that resistance of, what will my parents think of me if I do this? What will I, will I ever get employed if I, get a tattoo or whatever? Will I ever fit in if I do this? I've thought about this thing for a while, but I haven't done it. Why haven't you done it? Man, I'm just afraid of what other people will. Fuck other people for now. This is main character May, bro. You gotta go in with all guns blazing. So that's that. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Hit that like and subscribe button. May we never be the same again. Us.